Alrighty, guys. Fashionably late, like always. Welcome to another week of the Hideout. I am excited this week. We got some news. I didn't even get to make a slide. Now that I'm thinking about it, for it, I should have made a little new slide for it. But I'm excited, guys. We're gonna get right into it since we're running behind. But let us do what we always do and make sure we share our pages, all that good stuff.
There it is.
But I'm excited, guys. We got a little bit of news. We have, let's see, we got news, and then we got to talk the episode of Daredevil. Get ready for the massive finale that it is being promoted. I'm beyond excited, guys.
I hope it lives up to the hype they're doing it, because if it defaults, it can't miss more than a couple steps.
Yeah, hopefully, hopefully they don't do like that little kid that jumped off the stairs with a little cape. I think you've seen that meme or not. He's like, don't let that cape go to your head, son. Like, so we can jump the whole step, man, and miss it. You know what I mean? But they're saying good things. They're saying good things.
Well, we can only hope, because so far it's been amazing.
Yes, I'm excited, guys. Let's go right into it. I already got all my stuff shared, and let's have some fun. So first things first is the Daredevil announcement. And speaking of, we have Jason Benson and Aaron Moorhead. So they apparently are the showrunners of the list episode and the last episode, the finale.
The first episode, I think, too.
The first one? Okay, cool. They're letting us know that, it's going to be intensely violent, packed with, practical effects. Again, if you're following us on the page, the Hideout, this is one of the news that we, brought to you this week. I'm excited. My question is, are you excited for the practical, effects?
I'm looking forward to the practical effects. I just don't want to see them, if you know what I mean. It's weird.
You don't want it.
I don't want us to know that it's
it's a practical. Okay.
Like I want it to be Star Wars when it first came out. You didn't know that they were using a toy with a black screen to fly through outer space. You just assumed it was
a ship going through space. Yeah.
Like I
can see what you're saying.
Like,
so
give me that. Like,
so and that's the sense that I'm saying. Like, if we can, it's just flow efficient. It doesn't look forced.
Yes,
you know what I mean. So it's not forced stunts or something of the nature. Where it's a kick and they go into the wall. Or something. I don't know. But I'm seeing a lot of Punisher. I'm wondering if we're gonna get it.
You've been seeing that too?
Yes, I'm wondering if I'm wondering if we're gonna get it. That's the question now. So I
don't know.
This last episode was 52 minutes. I told Bree, if they can just cherry on the top 1 hour finale, bro, I will cry literal tears, my friend. Like, if I click on it and it says 1 minute and like 4 minutes, 1 hour and 4 minutes, I'm just gonna be like, they listened. They listened to us. You know what I mean?
Dude, if they give it a 1 hour finale, that would be awesome. Because at that point, it's almost a mini movie. If you could do something like that, that'd be amazing. I mean, people sat for hour-long series before. So.
Was it the finale of Defenders? I think would be around. I don't remember.
I remember watching it. I just don't remember it.
Exactly. So me and Brie was like, she's like, I want to go back and watch The Punisher real quick. I need to see where it left off with this guy because I want to know why he was just in a basement or whatever.
Yeah.
She was watching the last episode and she's like, I don't remember shit. Like, she's like, who is that? It's just like, yep, it's been a while. You know what I mean?
That's how it is. But I think me and you discussed it was like a 7-year gap between all of this stuff.
All this, I mean, 5 to 7. I mean, depending on which one you're talking about.
Which one you're
Jessica, Jones.
Yeah.
I think I did see a post that said Daredevil's first episode of the first season was 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
So the first literal Netflix episode was 10 years ago. So, it trickled down the line of all the other shows that came in, into play.
It's crazy, though.
Well, I mean, again, these guys are the ones that did this episode. We'll bring them up here again in the show when we talk about the episode. Again, if you haven't watched it, it's the latest one on Disney Plus. I want to keep saying Netflix. It just rolls. No. Even the color is right there. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, it's
not Daredevil's fault. Okay.
Yeah, Daredevil Born Again. We're on the episode 8. This, getting to the season finale. So we'll bring these guys up again. I'm excited again. No more CGI. We're getting back to the ground. Yeah, but I'm saying ground level stuff. The grittiness. Good fight scenes. That's what I'm hoping for. You know what I mean? So, and then if they're using practical effects and when they do bring the Punisher, I'm hoping there's a lot of like, what is it? Oh my God, Wick. Where where it's legit, the counts of the bullets, where it's not unrealistic, like he's having to just firing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
but, I mean, like some of that could be hand waved away with movie magic, because if they show him firing and then they pan out to somebody else doing something and then pan back to him and he's still firing, that pan out gives him enough time to reload.
Yeah. Okay.
So stuff like that. That's when I give him
fair enough
because of that.
Okay. I wouldn't have thought of it like that.
Show me somebody with, like I remember, I think I was watching a movie with Shannon and I was right there and I was watching him and somebody shoot something and I was like, that's 12 bullets down, dog. Why you keep on firing? And he's just like, another 15 bullets after that. I was like, nope, you done messed up now. I was like, that is not the right gun for that. Turn on the movie. I was like, you got the wrong gun. And then Shannon's like, well, what if he has the gun that with the like? I was like, if they give him an extended, it would have been poking out. Yeah, it would have been poking out like that. No.
You're a trip, bro.
I'm like, I appreciate
but I enjoy it. It's not the Matrix anymore, guys.
No, for real. At least the Matrix had digital stuff. My bullets have infinite
weapons. Yeah. I unlocked this. I unlocked it. Cheat code. That's funny.
Even then, though, with the San Andreas cheat code, sometimes I would reload because it was habit. Like you
would hit the reload.
Wait, no.
I died because I forgot. Like, man, dude. So that at least if we get at least that, and I never would have thought about cutscenes to make up for that little magic, that little touch.
Yeah. Well, because in my head, otherwise it really does bother. But I'm like, you give us enough time.
But we want them on screen and more because again, that is one of the complaints right now is. This was a snooze fest because it was, it was mainly, Matt Murdock instead of Daredevil, and they were like,
I enjoyed
"Oh my god!" Like this, I was waiting. I knew this was gonna happen. We were gonna get more Murdock than Daredevil on the screen, and I mean, but again, they did it justice when he came on the screen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He came back with a vengeance,
like that. Like that primitive scream that he lets out every time he's like, fighting right now. Like, he's fighting some demons, bro.
It was crazy because I don't think we discussed it. We didn't have enough time. But the last episode, was it last episode or the episode before? The last
Where he's fighting Muse?
Okay, it was the episode after that. No. The episode before that, before he fought Muse. Or before Muse died. When he did fight Muse and
choked him out in the tunnel.
Tunnel and everything. And he had the bruises, and his girlfriend comes in, and she's like concerned, but then he like just goes straight for the kiss and everything. I was like, it really shows his character because I was like, he's hurt, but he's like, let me distract her from this. But it's also almost like a turn on for him because it's that like heightened, like this is who I am, like this pain, this punishment, this aggression is what I've been craving for so long, and it kind of like pushes itself
into her.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, I wouldn't have. No, I never would have thought it like that, bro.
like violence is a very scary thing because it's difficult to box up, but very easy to fall back into.
Like an addiction.
Yeah, it very much is. So seeing Matt do that, it's understandable. Like you're that like that.
And then I guess that carries over into the episode that we're watching right now in a way, like where she went from mad to worry, because of the way he was acting, like
because in her eyes she's like, you're suppressing something, and he's like, you have no idea.
He's like mental health means knowing when to I was like, dang, when to show it or something like that. So,
yes.
but we'll get back more to the Daredevil stuff. We're getting to the movie or the show. Hope for a movie. But on to the next piece of news, guys. This one is pretty exciting. Again, for all those that have been following the show, we've covered this show. It is Demon Slayer with a big announcement. Again, we have now under 100 days to see the Infinity Castle Part 1. Again, 3 parts. Again, I'm still upset, but if they 1 year apart each, I can handle. If they're gonna bust the whole 2 years between each one,
might be minimum a year to a year and a half.
Don't give me the half. Don't even. I want 8 to a year. Like,
do you want them to mess up the animation?
I want it to be done and they chop it up. Like, finish it all, have it ready. So if the hype is there, they can roll it out in 8 months. You know what I mean?
I think when they're in post production, they're going to start pre-production on the next one.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're already going to be rolling out.
As long as that happens, that's what all I want. Again, but 97 days, guys. 97 days. Yep. Again, we posted this post when it was 99 days. But it's the countdown's begun.
Let us know if you guys get annoyed with our 96 days, 95 day count.
I guess we should make a little countdown calendar or something.
Actually, I think
like a little digital countdown. I'm down because this is it's hype. Again, I haven't read the animes or the mangas. And this guy has, so he knows what's in in store. But again, the basis of the show, you're ready to see it animated, especially with Ufotables, crazy work.
Yes.
They showed us there was like a little snippet on one of the pages, and it was when he was in the lab and they had all the beakers and everything. It's like, this looks damn near real. You know what I mean? That was what the post said. It is really did. You can rub your fingers and it would have squeaked. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
The one that got me was the very first episode, I think, of was it
Fate?
No. Demon Slayer, but I'm trying to remember what arc it was. It might have been the Hashira training arc. No, I think it was the Swordsmith Village arc. The very first episode, when you see the Infinity Castle forming and Akaza like freaking kneeling right there and all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
That right there, I was like, yo, like they did too good on that. Like,
see, the part I will never get out of my mind is the explosion.
Yes,
the explosion of that area, the mansion, like that looked so. Everything looks so real, dude.
And then the slow down effect of it with the little snowflake dissolving, dude. That was, I was like, y'all went extra hard on this for no. You said what budget? Like, they didn't care.
Exactly. They gave them a budget and they were like, okay, we'll take that into account. You know what I mean?
Said, so this is for the last episode, right?
straight up. That's for the first 2 minutes of the show, right?
They blew that budget quick. Everybody in there took a pay cut to finish the rest because that was incredible. Like, so just the design aspect.
And then again, we are getting it movie style. Mm-hmm. There's it is confirmed. There's no more series, no more episodes coming out, no more teasers. This is going to be the last 3 in the movie. So again, we're going to get Dolby Surround. We're going to have the touch of theater magic instead of the show budget. Yes. So we're getting another level of Ufotable. Sony's coming in.
I need people working on Daredevil sound quality to go work on Demon Slayer. Because dude, Daredevil sound quality team is so freaking off the chain right now.
The music that they're choosing per episode, like it has it. If you're a person that looks a level further, you're the one that notices that it may not match, but the lyrics match at the same time. Like the tune of the music, but there's
everything.
Dude, it's again, if they can get that team together, that sounds, the music, the I want to say it's orchestra music. It's not a soundtrack. It's not no, I don't want to say it's a. How do I say? I don't want music. I want just orchestra. You know what I mean? A soundtrack. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't want lyrics to ruin the moment of what's going on in Demon Slayer. So but yeah,
the only way Demon Slayer could do better and this is going to be a shout out to Pokemon.
Okay.
But last movie, last big fight or whatever, and do whatever. Last couple scenes, they play the first opening again. So the first opening from the very first season, and they play it at the end to like storybook it.
Okay.
So because that's what Pokemon did when Ash won the championship and finally ended the Pokemon anime. They played the original Pokemon theme song for him mid battle with Pikachu going. I was like, dude, you had people like I was over there like. It hit me right in the face. I was like, dude,
that is hilarious,
dude. Like it was good though. It was really good.
So okay, so on all three or the ultimate final battle
final like
with Tanjiro scenes. Doing like going against.
I mean, you don't even have to do the last battle. Like that's the last scenes, like the last couple, like and leading into the credits. Give me that. Okay. I would love that. Okay. But dude, if what I'm thinking of, hour and a half is each movie. You're not gonna get probably more than 2 hours.
No more. Give me 145. Well,
it depends on what they do.
Give me 150 for the 10-minute credits. So 1 hour and 40 minutes, with the credits.
Maybe 140.
I want the full 1 hour and 30. I don't want 1 hour and 30 and 10 minutes of credits.
And then you know what I don't want to? I don't want. I mean, they might do it for the first one, but I don't want a 10-minute recap, please.
Oh yes,
but they might do it for the first one because it's been
a gap.
Yeah,
okay,
and it also leads directly. Fair. Honestly, Cap, I lied. Give me that recap.
On everyone?
No, on the first movie because it's gonna show me the mansion blow up again. in freaking
Dolby sound, XD sound.
The fire's gonna come and hit me. Like
I felt that he hit my face.
give me the recap on the first one. I'll take it.
I think I'll bring a fan just so I can be like turn it on.
Have a little lighter behind it.
It got the heat and everything. That'd be great. So okay, guys,
does it smell like smoke,
dude? But guys, I don't know. Y'all have to be ready for this. Again, not reading the mangas, but knowing this guy's passion for how well drawn and these battle scenes. And then Nathan is right there along with you, saying how it's ready. They're going to be intense. So it's like your theater, effects. We're getting big budgets right now. We're now what they were doing at Ufotable without theater budget, and we were getting that. Now we got movie budget. Yeah, so. We're going to take it to the next level, guys. So, again, guys, if you are excited, let us know. Again, this one is, I think we're going to do, a little countdown. I might make a little thing for it. That way,
I'm definitely
digital down, down.
Now that we're talking about it, I'm like, have a digital, we won't have to be posting it all the time, but you'll be
you can just find the posts, maybe I'll share it every, 10 days or so, maybe. Yes. So, but yeah, guys, super excited. Be on the lookout. It's gonna go down. Movie budget. Yeah, I'm ready. But on to the next piece of news. We're gonna go in a little bit with DC. We are again on the production of Supergirl, Wonder Woman of Tomorrow.
Production or post?
No, we're in production.
In production.
Okay. Yeah. So we have a bit of news with Jason Momoa. He now says he's wrapped his part on filming for Lobo on Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. He already kind of said, that he wasn't going to be a big part of the, the movie. So that's a good thing. So, his part wasn't going to take much.
Yeah.
So the part that I'm excited for is, again, he's hyped. I don't know if you got to see, he was on like a Minecraft promo. And the interviewer was talking to him or whatever. He's like, "Oh, outfit." He's like, "It's sick." He's like, "I look, for Lobo, right?" So he's hyping it up.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you." And then he looks for his phone. And he's like, "Oh, it's over here." And he goes and grabs it. And his publicist or his promoter or whatever. He's like, "I wouldn't do that." And he's like, oh, you're right. And he's like, points at the interview. He's like, you almost had me. He's like,
you can't promote on another movie.
So, dude, it was crazy. So, in the background, they put
that gets me excited though, because seeing him hyped makes me be like, all right, like I want to see how you do.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna dive into this character so much and be that excited, I wonder how he's gonna do. Granted, we did say it's not gonna have a big like portion in the movie,
but he is, again, he made a point, when he announced that it's probably one of the biggest fan casts, probably next to Henry Cavill's Superman. You know what I mean? Like that everyone's wanting. You know what I mean? Yeah. So once there was one little rumor, it just caught fire and it never lost wind at all. You know what I mean? So for James Gunn to capitalize, I think it was a smart move. Yeah. Again, that was one at least he can be proud of. But again, can he capture the character? Yeah. I don't know much about the character. I will do my research before the movie comes out. That's what I usually kind of do throughout the time. So, but I mean, he's excited. Why I did the pictures that I did. He one of the interviews said that who wouldn't want to be a character with dreads, cigars, and a badass? You know what I mean? And which he's all three, and that's what he admitted. He's like, that's what that's me already wrapped up. So I went with the Baywatch photo. So this guy is in I think it was like 2010 was on Baywatch movies. So I went with the dreads, old school. But yeah, guys, it's gonna be dope. Again, a small part. I'm interested in wondering what it's gonna fit into. Again, the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow was like a mini series that just recently come out. Yeah. So to base it off of that, it's going to be interesting. So it's not an old school one that we're going to be used to, or the comic heads are used to. It's going to be more of a recent mini series that they're going to be basing it off of. I think it was a 12 comic mini series, if I'm not mistaken. So but yeah, guys, Lobo will be in there. Go do your little bit of research, especially on the DC animated shows. He pops in a few times, so you'll be able to get a sense of the character. And then again, if you Google it, it's pretty obvious what kind of like persona he has and stuff. And then you have the DC Wikipedia, like they have the I can't remember, like, so it's like an encyclopedia for DC, basically.
DC wiki page.
There we go, wiki page. I couldn't think of it. So
they have they have his first comic appearance,
the
lore, his powers. I think some, and stats. I do appreciate that. Like DC will give stats, so you'll see like a little block, strength, agility, like all that stuff. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. I love this.
I like that. So yeah. So if you want to again do your research before the movie, get a sense of the character, you can definitely do that. Again, I usually do that before anything. Yeah. So, but guys, yes, that is it on the news. This is a huge thing. As far as again, we're gonna be now having faces for the for what we show. I'm excited. Again, it's something different that we've been wanting to do, and we finally are getting a sense of being able to do so. But on to the nitty gritty of the show. Again, being that we're watching the Daredevil Born Again series. We're going to talk about the last episode. Again,
the latest episode.
Yeah, the latest episode and the finale that is to come.
Yes.
There you go. So I'm speechless, guys. Like, again, I see the news, and I tell you all, we've been talking about it. Like, you can't make everyone happy, and it just blows my mind. Like, I mean, but your face when I told you just now that it was slow paced, like it was boring. It was a snooze fest. So I was like, snooze fest. I'm like, what are you?
I do want to point out, because I think in this episode, I remember us talking, and I think my theory was proven right with his girlfriend. Because early on, remember when you're like, oh, what did about them asking her specifically why to be a marriage counselor, like for the therapy and everything, and you're like, oh, is it just a coincidence? I was like, no, never. And then this episode confirmed it. I was like, I was right.
Damn
in your face. I was gonna text you right then and there when I saw that. I was like, see, I was like, no coincidence. And then I was like, I gotta get back to work.
He's lucky. I gotta clock in. But dude, that's wild. I do remember you telling me that. So,
Yeah.
but to know that it was not Wilson, it was Vanessa.
Yes.
See
There was
that was the one I wondered if you caught.
Yeah.
Hey,
'Cause at first
I can't believe she did what she did though.
Dude.
Like
I mean, I could see it though, because there was that gap in power, so she took over. So technically she was Kingpin while he was absent. So yeah, I don't know.
was that Batman? You need a haircut.
Nah, man, I'm gonna grow it out so long.
Yeah, man bun it up, man. I haven't had a man bun in a mad minute. I miss my man bun.
You had hair,
bruh. Don't remind me. It's been that long. It's been that long. But dude, the episode. I mean, again, the build up to this moment. I love when he's coming down the stairs from it. Like when they go to the basement to where Adam is every time. The lighting effect where they go from up to bottom is pretty cool. Again, the sense of the camera. A beard bun.
If he grows it out long enough, maybe. I just trim.
I remember I did the what is it?
Please don't tell me you did the little V thing.
Yep.
Oh.
No, I didn't do that. The Fu Manchu where I did the two braids. Yeah, the braids all the way down. Like I put it in a little chonguitos all the way.
Oh my! Pixar never happened,
dude. I put it on the page. But yeah, dude. Again, Justin Moorhead let's see. Go back to the announcement. Yes, Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead. I confused the names there.
You just combined them.
Yeah, basically. So with both of them, again, they making these effects, dude, and these effects are signifying something. And seeing the grander scheme of things, is that that moment when we get Bullseye. Oh, and leave it up to Daredevil to be the one to do it. Because why? Because he couldn't hold back. He still had that anger in him, dude. Like I was when it happened, and he said, "Thank you." What he said? "Thank you, counselor," or whatever. Like I was just like, he messed up. He messed up. Like he knew I was again.
But I love the fact too where he told him, like, I think right before Matt broke, and he's like, in another life you would have defended me. And I was like, he's not wrong. And that's what pissed him off the most, I think. It was like, that's what like pushed him over the edge, because I think it was like right after that.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you guys, like,
it was so good.
Hey guys, I'm noticing we got a pretty good set of viewers on YouTube. Again,
nice.
We're interactive podcast, so definitely tune in. You can jump into the comments and let us know your opinions on the show. We're talking the latest episode of Daredevil Born Again. So we're just discussing. If you have any opinions, jump on in. You're more than welcome. And welcome on in. So but yeah, that moment again, he's not in control of his anger at that, and then again, that just shows that it's boiling. It's there is no room left in the pot. Like he's at the edge, you know what I mean? And so, but your boy Ruthless, bro, with a caught damn tooth, took out a guard and a doctor, bro. But the doctor with the tooth and then the knife, like just cold blooded, breaking
it was the security guard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The doctor and what did I say? Doctor and
the guard.
So the guard.
No, but the guard was the one about to put handcuffs when he spit out the tooth.
Oh, so the doctor already walked back to the desk, right? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, dude.
What I liked is that he didn't kill the dude with the tooth. He hurt him and probably popped an eyeball or something, because when he took apart what I think was like
the blade, it was like
when he took that apart and he threw it at him to kill him, you heard him go, ah.
I like when he said, "You motherfucker." Dude.
And then how cold he was to just go and suit up, walk out like nobody's business.
Oh, I didn't see that coming. I thought
no, they didn't show it, but it was just
no,
like
no. That's why I said I didn't. When he was in the bus, I didn't see it. That I was really hoping that we would have got a ruthless blood scene coming out of there, like just taking
like a Punisher.
Yes, dude. When someone made that comment, I was like, ooh, yes. That would have just put another little.
That's what they were going to do because he looked at him. He's like, oh, rough day. And he didn't. I don't remember him speaking.
I don't think he didn't know because he had the tooth that he was trying to. That was right in the moment that he like snapped it out. I think he went
it was already after it and everything. And I was just like, dude, it was a really good.
Yeah. So but the moment when he did that, so again, Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, they're the ones that actually did Loki. The last episode where it was all green and it was like the lighting was like deep and epic. Yeah. So they're trying to establish Bullseye with us with the blue tint, you know what I mean? Like, so, like
a stark opposite of Daredevil's red.
Yes. So when I saw that and they were like explaining that, I was just like, and there was one where he was like, laid out with what happened at the end on, Kingpin. Yeah. They were saying they were like cinema, he's like, it was like cinema, so I love it, dude. Like that. At first I was wondering, and then it was until the very end when we get the coloring of the red. But we'll get there. But so then we get again that scene again where we're getting Kingpin coming from the top, going down, and that's what I mean. Like the effects of just like camera angles, lighting, deep dark shadow coming down from the light, you know what I mean? Like just epic, screenplay, and angles. But bro, so in that moment, I think Vanessa was like, that was true fear, like because she knew if she let him live, she was gonna die because he couldn't live without her. I think so. That I think she had the only option was to kill, Adam. Yeah, you know what I mean. And it hurt. I could see it hurt her, bro. Like
she was too good with that gun.
It was pretty cold. No, 1, 2, 3, and then the headshot.
But like on top of that too, you're shooting through the damn bars.
Truth.
Perfectly.
I didn't think of it like that.
It was 1, 2, and then headshot mid fall. Didn't she shoot him like mid fall?
Yeah, he was already like on the bed.
Like you training up in here? You doing something? I know you're supposed to be like, underground.
Cold, you cold, but not that cold. Yeah.
I'm like, you ain't Bullseye.
You got some secret agents in there training. But yeah, dude, ruthlessly, took him out. I mean, but again, I feel like she was backed into the corner on that one. She felt genuinely bad because she knew better, bro. Yeah. Like again, she knew what is it? Kills for the thrills. That boy wasn't gone. He was gonna come back eventually. You know what I mean? Like somewhere or another. You know what I mean?
Like we say, there ain't no proof unless you see the body.
See the body. So she hasn't watched enough comics to know that. You know what I mean?
But I love Kingpin's childish behavior still kind of coming out too. When the guy kept on talking, he's like, "Shut up!" He's like, like I'm trying to contain myself, but like
there's so much I can do. Yeah,
I'm leaving her the choice. If she wants to go with you, fine.
When he's like, please, I'll never say nothing. Dude, I felt genuinely bad, bro. No, again, it was 7 years. The screenwriter said it was 7 years after the last episode of Daredevil. So that's a pretty big gap.
Was it 7 years between Adam and her?
Who knows? Again, I don't know.
Because he left an echo.
Adam did?
No, Kingpin.
No. Again, wherever, how long was the span of him coming back in to the game? So I'm assuming when he came back in Echo, he wasn't back. Because
I believe he left in Echo, like to go deal with her or whatever, right?
Because he got shot.
Yeah,
he got shot. No. That was I think he left.
I might be confusing.
I was gonna say I think you might because there was Hawkeye when he got killed through the eye, and he went away to redo, and then Echo is the time that he was away. I think that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, that was the gap. So it wasn't 7 years of him being in a cell.
7 years from when he found out about the whole thing. So when he found out, you know what I mean? That however long that gap was. Yeah. So So if it was in Defenders or in the last episode of season 3 or
Punisher, yeah.
that is how long
I gotta go back and rewatch those.
Yeah, so we got I don't remember the love triangle in there at all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
because I mean at that point he was still with her. I think she got mad when he left, and he left around Hawkeye Echo location, like Echo timeline. So I think it was around that time where she stepped out on him because he had taken off on her. So I think that's the way it was.
Okay. We'll get some confirmation on that for sure. That one's a tricky one. But yeah,
I had to go rewatch the last season.
But yeah, he gets taken out. Poor guy. Rest in peace. No more Adam. No more problems for Fisk.
Yeah.
You know. But then again, we're now at the ball, right? We're getting a little mixture. We're at the ball, and we're having that mayor's ball going on. We get a little bit of mix of the vigilante task force.
Yes.
When they capture that guy for taking a photo or whatever.
Yes.
Bruh.
Dude, I was like, damn.
Again, they're taking it to the next effect, because they pre rated MA.
Yeah.
It would have panned away and it would have just showed him screaming.
Yes.
But
or like would have turned the corner and heard him, and then
heard him scream. Yeah. But then you get the full effect of showing the hand going into the burning
fryer.
oil, bro.
Dude, I was like, damn.
Woo! So
I love it. He's like, was it the commissioner? He's like, stop! You're assaulting him or whatever. He's
he's not assault.
This is. Oh. I was like, dude.
Bold, bro. They said bold. I don't answer to you.
Yeah, he's like, I don't answer to you no more. He's like, we above you. I was like
he knew though when he saw the portfolio of the officers, bro. But ruthless, bro, dude. Ruthless. So he even the dude was like, I know my rights. I know what I can do, whatever. And he's like, not here. And I was like, bro. Damn. So again, I'm loving that. I'm loving the fact that we are now getting true MA effects. We're getting the violence, the gritty, not just blood. We're getting cuss words. We're getting the whole nine.
Yeah.
Again, the touch of it all. And that's what we're enjoying. But we get one of the ones from the Hawkeye series. Funny that we were just speaking of it. The Swordsman.
Yeah.
So that's again. I love the lead up because we get old homie, his sidekick, talking about that's power. Everyone's wanting to be in a room with him. And then it swipes over there to homie and the Swordsman. Talking about, yo, I know who you are. You know what I mean. You're gonna make a nice donation. You know what I mean, or you're out. Dude, and then. That's when Daredevil shows up, right? Right in the mix when he's having a problem with his girl, and then, dude, he's losing it, bro.
He's gone.
Losing it. He can't focus no more, dude. He
keeps zoning her out and listening, trying to harness and listen to freaking Fisk, and then just
bro.
And she calls him out. She's like, "You're not even listening."
Yeah, he's like, "What I say?"
Yeah, dude. I was like, man,
my poor boy.
I was like, that ability is tough to deal with because he's so one track minded right now. He's so I need to know what they're talking about. But I love that little detail when he's about to confront them, and they're he's like, "Come with me. I'll show you who they really are." And then the light turns on, and Fisk and Vanessa's first dance, and
the fear, bro.
Yeah,
I loved it and hated it at the same time. I didn't want Fisk to show that he was afraid of Matt Murdock or the Daredevil. You know what I mean? Yeah. I wanted him to be as bold as he has been, talking shit. This boy 10 years cold-heartedly ruined my business. I wanted him to stand, 10 toes down, but he was just like, oh snap!
I got the opposite. See, when he was walking up on him, the guy was ready, and Fisk said,
"No,
stand down."
Hell no.
Rewatch it because I'm pretty sure the dude was
fear in
ready.
his eyes, bro. That was fear, bro. He was like, Oh, yo, like his hand looked weak. It would have if it was like a flat palm. I would have taken it as like, yo, I got this. Like, no,
wasn't it a flat palm?
no, it was like it looked weak, bro. I don't know how to explain it, but
I don't know because the way I saw it, he was like. Because the guy looked about ready to step in between.
He didn't even know what was going on. He didn't even know what was going on.
Okay, hold
now
on.
we definitely got an argument going on here, guys. So, but we missed a key detail where he knows what's going on now is when he was in the bar. And she was like, "We gotta pop one more drink of Old Melvin's or something like that." And he's like, "That's not what he was drinking." And she's like, "No, I've been serving so many years, you know, like I know what I served him, you know what I mean?" Yep. And just again, his boy, knowing his boy, you know, knowing his homie, like he's like, "Yo,"
and then going back and trying to remember what he heard. I was just like, "Damn!" Like imagine being able to recall the.
Yeah, bro, goodness. Boy, blessed and cursed at the same time. Blessed and cursed at the same time. But yeah, it was a trip. It was a trip. So that's what led up to him going to the party. You know, he wasn't gonna go. I think he was gonna stand up his girl, Heather. No,
Vanessa.
No.
I mixed them. Not Heather. I think.
Is it Heather?
I think you're right.
I feel bad. She doesn't stand out as a character. No, I'm sorry. I'm playing. I'm playing. So controversy. No. So he gets there, and then again, are you gonna rewatch that part?
I was gonna pull it up right now.
But again, I feel like it was a weak moment, man. But we get the dance, and it was all because, again, Vanessa's slick, bro. Vanessa's on watch just as much as anyone else, bro. And she saw him going. I'm pretty sure she was like, "Hey, go! It's the time for the dance." You know what I mean? Like, bruh. But again, that was a moment that he came out. So he confronts another vigilante, which is the swordsman from Hawkeye, and that's it. Hawkeye.
No. Hawkeye.
Is it Hawkeye?
Yeah.
And so we get that series, right? So. He is a vigilante. He's a swordsman. He has I don't think he has special abilities, but he's got
well, here they never show that he has special abilities, but I think in the comic,
So but yeah, he is got a persona, alias, and then so basically Fist calls him out. So when Fist calls him out, the boy was like, appreciate the offer, we'll see what's going on. Homie was like, bet, have a good time, so we know what's going to happen there, more than likely. But again, he looked pretty stern. I like how he said, he's like, even if I knew what you were talking about, I wouldn't go that route or something like that. So he was holding it down. He wasn't showing any kind of fear. So but we got the other one right before that moment was another, I guess, donor walking out. He's like, "Don't forget what you promised."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And so I'm starting to see the bigness now. Like, he comes out and he's like, real bold, got a bigger,
especially considering him closer to other people, you really see
his so, and I like the angles. Again, there's some times where they're like maybe someone the same height to him, and then they like kind of like stagger the view of the,
to make him appear. Yes.
So I love it. And then, but then we get that moment, that controversial moment that he's looking up for right now. I'm waiting for the confirmation.
I need to, but I haven't got it yet.
So he gets the spotlight on him. They go on a dance floor, guys. And again, guys, we forget. I need to put like spoiler alert, or I need to make sure you watch this episode. But it's the latest episode. But we get this moment. And again, just beautiful writing, guys. The music's on par. There was what was it? James Brown song, I think, right? Or
for the music?
Yeah, that moment where BB Urich talks with the commissioner.
Oh, yeah.
So she's got multiple personas where she writes, to save herself.
Yes.
Again, we get a little moment of that where she talks to the commissioner, finds out that there's a dirt on all these, officers
on the task force.
And I'm glad that we get that moment because he knew that Daredevil was the one, but be her Fisk's lackey, or what is it, propaganda? So
leader in propaganda.
Yeah, so I was like, ooh, so we get that, and then again, just the music was, it was a cue to go back with homie over there, and so did you find it?
Yeah.
All
so
right,
I will have to agree with you, but I don't think it was complete fear, because the look on his face was a bit more. It is somewhat fearful, but it's also he can't show his hand either, so he has to be like, you get up there, you handle it because it's your business. I technically have to be clean.
Truth. He's like, this is what I'm paying you for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your task force is for this moment right here.
Because he has to be the mayor. He has to be wiped clean of all. But if he were to get in a full-on fist fight with a blind lawyer,
even just grab him aggressively,
it's gonna be, everybody's gonna be like, whoa. So it is true. So that's like, I will agree. Like, it was a little bit of fear, but it was also, I think it was more fear of, I can't out myself yet. I can't play my hand.
Playing my, I was about to say, you're playing my bluff right now, and I can't show my hand. Oh, that's a good moment. But yeah, so we get that little snippet again. It was like a weak, hand grab,
instead of being stop.
Yeah, it was like
you're there. And you can see him. He kind of like grabs the armor a little bit, and he's like get ready.
Yeah. So we get this moment, but
I could see Fisk, especially comic book Fisk, just grabbing somebody and be like,
hitting them with the body. Dude, we talk about that scene on Echo where he threw him into the trash can with nothing. You can't just grab a body and chunk somebody like that.
You know how strong you have to be for that crap? Dude, come on.
That's freaking badass. Again, I hope we get to see some true strength again, because we had a little bit when he was fighting him. He was just taking those blunt hits.
He just takes dude.
It was good. I hope we get a little bit of that. So, the part that I love is when he hears her heartbeat, Vanessa's heartbeat. Mm-hmm. We're getting this intensity again, where Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, they just put, like I said, cinema. You know what I mean? You're getting these beautiful audios, beautiful cut scenes, it's just freaking badass. So everything is just great. So then we have this moment where she we find out that he is out. Bullseye.
No, but what's the name gives her the information? Not Adam. The guy that works.
That's what I'm saying. They just got the phone call. Yeah. That homie goes out there to let him know. And I think we were already skipping a part. The part that I like the most is he's like talking to Daredevil, because he knows he can hear him, and they're dancing.
I love that scene because they're mid-dance, and then Vanessa and not Vanessa, Heather and Matt start dancing too, and then just the subtle little whisper. He's like, "What do you want, Daredevil?"
Devil, what do you think was gonna happen, Devil?
I was like, I love that, because it's just legit. Because he could do it in front of Vanessa, no problem. She understands.
She knows who is who.
Everybody else would think that he's talking to Vanessa, but not understanding what they're saying because it's like a whisper. But you hear it, and that's who I'm aiming toward. And I was like, just a point in this. See, that's why I feel like that grab wasn't a fear thing, because it was more of a, I can't play my hand.
Be ready.
Yes, be ready.
He knew homie wasn't ready. In other words, he was saw him coming, but he don't know.
Yeah, he don't know what I know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm about to put you in the line of fire. You're gonna get your ass kicked. But
you remember that dude that robbed the bank and had his leg broken in 3 places? Yeah, that's about to be you.
It's this guy. But so dude, I can see that. I can see that now. But I now no fast forwarding. Hindsight. But that was just cold, bro. To know that, again, he has that ability. He knows he can hear him. Again, I didn't think about it as a whisper. I thought he was talking normally, but he heard it normally.
It makes it so much more sense for him to because he could just be talking to his wife.
Heard him first, then cut to him, having that smirk on his face, then cut him back. Oh, I'm telling you, the writing in this was just so the screen part was just so good.
So good. And then I think mid dance, the guy comes in and he's like, "Hey, Poindexter, Bullseye got out. He escaped wearing a guard's uniform or whatever." and they're like, we should go. And
boom.
And Vanessa's just, you see the face drop.
Boom. Like, such good acting. Again,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can show that effect of like heart in my ass. Like, you know what I mean?
The thing is, too, she was very much like, Daredevil, whatever. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean he escaped?
I just squeezed out a freaking rocket. Like,
she, like, that fear in her. But then I love how, like, they were still trying to play face and, like, no, we're good right here, whatever. Because I think the person was trying to be like, we should go.
Yeah.
And
I can't think of his name. He said that when he answered the phone, too.
Yeah.
But he hadn't killed nobody. He just was in the building and you see him grab the...
No, he did kill somebody.
Not in that building. He just grabbed the fork. He killed the guard on this. Yeah. But he grabbed the little thing off the thing. Yeah. So, but we had that...
As they're getting information, Poindexter's in the building already.
Yeah.
Walking through the kitchen, gets the fork because he's dressed up in a uniform like a regular cop. Officer. So they I didn't have no beef with you. Come on.
Yep, come on
Get
in.
to work.
They even make a joke on him or something like that when they were leaving the not on him, but towards him being a guard.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, something, and he sits on the bus or whatever.
Yeah.
But Daredevil hears that heartbeat immediately start rapidly beating. Like, you know what I mean? I got to tell you something. And that was, again, they're playing chess, like you named it right here. Yep. Chess, a game, with the Kingpin. Like, so he's like, all right, my move. So he pulls, he's like, bet you're about to see what's going to happen. And he like goes over there. Yeah. Again, playing only his card. He's forgetting that homegirl does, they can easily tell her he's the odd man out. They're in it with it, with together. He's by himself. Yes. You know what I mean? So, I feel bad for him. You know what I mean? Like but it comes with the territory. I think, you know what I mean. But bumps in, takes the dance. Cole, like he's not there to mess around, bro. Yeah. Like usually there's some wittiness or whatever. He just starts talking shit. Like he's like, yo, I know it was you. Like, tell me what's up. Like, you know what I mean?
Why did you do it?
Like, he wasn't there to fool around. Like, she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, he says it straight out. You killed Foggy.
You killed Foggy. Like, he didn't do it. He's like, everything happened when you were in charge. You made the play. What was the reason? Like, does your husband know? And then I love how she twisted. She's like, does your girl know?
Yeah, the little flick of the, bow tie. Ooh. So she's worried. He can hear her heartbeat. He knows that he's got the upper hand.
And
so
Matt was like, I was about to out myself right now, bro. You don't even know. Like,
your man was trembling in his boots. Like, I'm ready to go flush down. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
he's like, I'm all in today.
I got a 2 and a 3 non-suited. I'm all in still. Like, you know what I mean?
He was like, I'm ready. And I don't know what gave it away. It was probably what cued him to
the heartbeat. So she was about to let him know that she probably has a hit out for Kingpin with Bullseye. So she probably gave him a list.
Yeah.
And that was probably during the time that he wasn't going to come back. And she probably did end up having a hit on him. You know what I mean? Goes back to what I thought about her at the
end of the first
that one episode where he got that one guy to, out himself, basically. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that's what happened. She gave that dude a hit list. You're going to take out Karen, Foggy, Daredevil, and probably Kingpin. And she was going to be
in charge.
She'll be in charge. You know what I mean? So I think that's what happened.
So smart, considering, especially now with everything we see, he didn't go after her since she was the one that put him on that mission. He didn't want revenge on her. He went straight for Kingpin. So
there was Daredevil. He I think that is Poindexter's thing, or that Bullseye's thing, is he only kills the target that he's going after.
Yeah, he only kills what you aim. He is a weapon.
We can't say that. We definitely cannot say that. Boy, cold blooded.
For fun.
I need to get out of here. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Like, just
for fun, decided to kill people
with cue balls. You know what I mean? With goddamn cue balls. What are we fucking talking about here? So I'm pretty sure would have took out the rest, but he hesitated though. So in the moment now, we got basically, again, Matt Murdock confronting Vanessa. We have her, he has her backed into a corner, but at the moment we got Fisk, jumping back and forth right now. He's like, hey, again, the screenplay, the writing, the back, the I love it. It just you're literally on your edge of your seat, right? You know what I mean? And so I picked this up and I don't drink.
You just like having something in your hands.
But we get that moment again where he's like, now he's like, your boyfriend seems a little, jumpy or something like that, antsy antsy tonight or something like that. And, she was, again, their clients set up by choice, and not chance. He's, playing into the card again, that she does not know, you know what I mean? And so I'm surprised that he doesn't. He's still playing fair, you know what I mean? I'm surprised that he didn't
He kind of hinted at it because he asked her, he's like, you ever wonder why he
obsession with vigilantes? So he was about to, you think?
Yeah,
so okay.
I think he was like leading toward that when what I want to know is what cued Matt to hear Bullseye.
It was just a cocking of a gun. I mean, there would be no reason.
I was going to say it was that probably mixed with the mixture of the smell of blood because Bullseye did kill the cop up there.
Maybe. So
you could smell the iron probably with that
again, you get two distinct sounds sounding like a chambered gun.
Yeah.
Because you get the clinking of glass.
Yeah.
And it did sound like I was like, oh damn, it's already happening. But no, it was like and then oh my goodness. I mean, I'm telling you, dude, going through the crowd, then finding them up on top, and then they made a example. So it was a meme on Facebook showing that the correlation, because it was showing the first scene and the ending scene. So the first scene where he was about to kill Foggy was through the scope. He was looking through the scope. Then it showed the shot, which was him getting hit. Then it showed Heather over Daredevil, and then Karen over Foggy, and then it showed the pan up, and then it showed the pan up. So I was like, dude, again, from first to last, again, what you enjoy is you're using what you've seen at the beginning to
it's really good when they do that. If you could make something from the beginning be a callback to the end, I was just like, it makes you remember and almost want to go back and reconnect dots because you're like, oh, this does everything connected sooner or later.
And then again, it goes back to during those times, it was just a job. It was the regular coloring. Nothing was going on. It was, just the regular effects. But at the moment where it was showing that he had the gun, dude was already dead, blue tint again, you know what I mean? Showing, again, the definitive opposite of Daredevil, you know what I mean? And so, again, just, guys, I don't think y'all understand. There's people that are hating and I don't see why, you know what I mean? I can't grasp myself around it. I mean, it's to that effect, who would have thought colors and angles and effect? I mean, to see a silhouette of Bullseye walking up, and it has the blue, is just like, yo, he's in his mode. He's locked in. There we go. He's locked in. So we get that moment, and I think you're right. He smells what's in blood? Sulfur? Iron? Ah, stupid ass. So fucking sulfur. Vampires here. Vampires here. So iron, and then we get that chambered gun again. The blurriness of when he zones out to listen or whatever, and then but. I see what you're saying, though. Does he know that because Vanessa set up Foggy and was about to say what she said, he knew that chambered weapon was for Fisk? You know what I mean? How did he know Fisk was going to be the one?
Jump in front of
him? You know what I mean?
I think when he was zoning in on him, he could see where it was aimed.
You think?
I mean, he could 3D map his whole crap. Like, why not?
I don't know. I wouldn't have thought that. You threw my sense of thought.
Because I'm like, if he was aimed at Vanessa, he would see the gun aim because they were over here a little bit. He aimed it that way.
You think he could know the angle of
he can't see pictures and art. He could see people and
he
guns.
smells the gunpowder facing a little bit that way. The downcast of the AC is what.
Well, no, because when he it's echolocation for him. When he hears it, everybody's making noise, so he has a full 3D map.
I'm thinking of like Toph from Airbender.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Imagine that where she's so good, especially in the core version. She could sense people across the planet. She could sense Earth floating midair. Okay. Daredevil can hear you if you're flying midair. Like he could see you. And if you're in midair, as long as there's noise around him, have him 3D
it's so hard. It's so hard to
like as long as there's sound to sonar, that sonar just doesn't bounce here and then it bounces back. That sonar bounces here and bounces around. So yeah,
that's so wild. I can't even wrap my head around that concept right now. Like, I am trying to even think. No, I think it had to have been because he knew. He knew that after she was about to admit what she was going to admit, he, jumped in front of what's his name.
That was I could see where you're shooting thing. Not I'm gonna take
a wild guess. No, I think he understood. He heard her heartbeat, heard her wonder, I got to let him know now that he was on the list.
Yeah.
Because he now just found out Foggy was one of her targets.
Yeah.
So I think I really want to lean on that. But hey, bro, I've been astonished by Daredevil's, listening and effects right now the whole time. So to put that past him, I can't. I mean, I believe I could see what you're saying, literally. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but. We get to the culmination of this episode, guys, and the music again. I want to see the lightning flash or something like that. It was just a choral, sad moaning song. I don't know, but it hit as soon as that soundtrack starting. I was like, oh snap! And then again, get the shot. He gets hit, but what I love is that Fisk catches him. He catches him, but he's like. Ugh, you disgust me. Why did I even hold you? You know what I mean? He lets him go, and it's just falls on, finishes falling to the ground. You know what I mean? But I love the, I want to say the symbolism of the blood splatter on his suit matched the blood splatter of the paint of the drawing. You know what I mean? And I think that was when he killed somebody, right? I think he punched somebody out, and that's what it was. Uric, his blood was what messed up his painting or something like that. See, we got to rewatch that, bro. I really want to think that was what happened.
Well, he killed Uric by strangling him, didn't he?
At the police station, huh?
Yeah. No, was it the police station? I know it was somewhere else.
But
I think the painting that you're talking about, the rabbit in the snowstorm, that blood got on it because Fisk and Daredevil's fight.
Okay.
At his place,
okay.
Yeah.
So see, that's what I'm wondering. So, but yeah, we get that moment, and he holds him for a moment, then he realizes what he's doing, and he's like, "What?" Drops him. But again, he has to go to hiding and playing his card. You know what I mean? To show that he was going away, and wow, bro. But he looked straight up to see him. But that's what I'm talking about. That moment. Bullseye could have kept going. He could have took him out, but I think it was ringing back to what he said. You're a nice guy. You should defend me, or what? That's what nice guys do, or something like that. You would defend me
if we were in.
No. He said something about nice guys. Yeah. I know what you're saying, but there was another moment in that conversation that he said that, and you would have took a bullet from me. No, I can't remember something of that nature, and. He when he does that moment, I think that's what took him aback. Was oh shit, he is a hero. You know what I mean? He took a bullet for his enemy. You know what I mean? So I think that's what took, Bullseye back a little bit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That moment at that time when he did that, I mean, that's what I was thinking. I was like, why didn't he finish up the job? You know what I mean? Like, he more than, capable of doing so.
Time to find another.
Yeah. And then it's cool to know that the directors, the one or the showrunners that had the idea of everything. So the ending of the show, guys, is this moment, this culmination again of like how Foggy passed away. Daredevil's passing away, or Matt Murdock's passing away, and it turns red. You know what I mean? And so, knowing this at this time, knowing the effects of where they were trying to establish these characters, I think that right there said Matt Murdock's dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not dead, but,
Matt Murdock is gone. And yeah. He's now Daredevil.
Justice ain't gonna get served unless I give it with my right hand. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I felt. Like, I was just like, and then that music was like haunting eerie, bro. Like, it was like an anthem. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, ooh.
They go really good with the music.
So they, I'm excited, dude. Guys, again, the next episode is, said to be violent. We got snippets of Jason Bernthal, John Bernthal, in suit, covered in blood. It isn't from the other series, the Daredevil series, because he definitely is aged in this photo. But I hope, guys, we get a mixture of Daredevil. I hope we get a mixture of, Bullseye. We get, a mixture of Punisher. Like, all three are bloody guys. They can take, a hit and give the ass whooping at the same time. You know what I mean? So if they give us 20 of each one of them dudes, and at the culmination of all three of them or something, like, going ham, guys, I don't even know when it's coming out. Season 2. I'm already upset.
They are working on it.
Yeah, it's already in production. There is, we say we don't like spoilers, but here we are, spoiling sometimes. But I don't like getting ahead of myself. So I don't like right now. Some of the photos show what might happen at the end of this one. You know what I mean? Because of what we're seeing in the production of season 2.
Yeah.
So I don't want to ruin it for you guys, so I haven't, personally, shown those photos. If you're, follow other comic or, pages, it'll come across your feed, but I don't want to post it again till the end of the season, what, showing what's to come in season 2, but good things are to come if you know the comics and stuff that, so, but yeah, we get the end of that, Red, and then there's just Reeve was like just pissed, bro. She was just like, don't tell me that's how this is going to end. Credits. She's like, God dang it. But I told her, I was like, but it's worth it, babe. Apparently it's going to be, super bloody. It's going to be, Daredevil at its peak. You know what I mean? So
all I find out that like episode super bloody is just him getting up from the shower.
Oh man, that would be I guess like just the full pop of the balloon, you know what I mean? Like not even a slow like just a pop. Like you thought you were gonna get a badass finale. Like wait till season 2. That's what it was really.
That's when it goes off.
That's the bloody violent part.
We said it was gonna be bloody. There's your blood. That's all we had the production for.
Dirty, bro. That would be dirty. So bad. But yeah, guys, it is a hell of a series, guys. So if you have not, tuned into it, it is now on episode 8. What was the episode name? By
Isles of Joy.
Isles of Joy. Yeah. Isles of Joy. Episode 8. Daredevil Born Again. I keep just saying Daredevil. I can catch myself. Daredevil Born Again. It is on Disney Plus. Go check it out. Finale is Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's where we're based out of. If you're on the East Coast or West Coast, based off of what y'all, Eastern Pacific time or Pacific time, and then Eastern time or whatever, Western time. So, good luck finding out which one, where it's, when it comes on for you. But, we were heartbroken when we found it was 8 because it said 6, but, it was, 8. Oh, man.
I was like, man.
Half of the night gone. But yeah, again, it brings back the feeling of, anticipation, the excitingness. minus the Secret Invasion excitedness that we, roller coaster of a ride that we went with them, But no, they spared no expense. They gave us a story, and we know they're tracking to continue.
Yes.
That is the good thing. It's ongoing till they tell them to stop. They said,
hopefully they don't.
I'm telling you, that's where their moneymaker is. Everyone's banking on it. Some hardcore fans a little too hardcore, in my opinion. Again, the way they see
At that
things.
point, I'm like, how hardcore are you considering if you're not going to give somebody a leeway?
I mean, again, we're getting comic accuracy. We're, again, enjoy the pace while it's, while we have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, again, we don't just want soul action. I love action. Like, I want, some bone breaking, blood, etc. But if you don't have the feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just a shell, you know what I mean? Like,
if all
empty.
you are is action, then like, what's the point of the movie?
Yeah, exactly. There's, there wouldn't even need to be dialogue. It should just be like, explosion, death, explosion.
My fist talk for me.
Yeah, the corniest writing, that you could think of, put it in there, So, commercial type writing.
Yeah.
What is it? Infomercial writing.
Oh, gosh. Dude.
So, but yeah, dude, I'm ready for this finale. If they can finish it with everything they promised, it's these two guys, Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead. I'll be again. I hope they don't take too long. I literally hope it finishes. And again, when do we get it? End of March, middle of March
for
Daredevil? If they can give us 2026 season 2, March, you know what I mean?
They started the beginning of March, so I'll be cool with another beginning of March.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then again, we got almost hour episodes, 45-minute episodes.
Dude, they touch runtime.
So again, you are missing out, guys. It finally touched base on that old school Netflix effect that they brought. Disney is doubling down on their MA stance.
Yes.
They want to come hard. So if we can get that, then we can have hopes for darker, themed,
movies.
So I'm hoping
shows.
that Swamp Thing, right, was one of them. No, that's DC. What was it? The Thing? Is it Thing? No, that's Fantastic Four. What is that character that came out on the Werewolf special presentation?
Werewolf by Midnight.
By Midnight.
I can't think of it. I watched it once and like.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Okay,
so they were talking about that guy. They're talking about Midnight Suns. So we got some vampires, so we can get some, good scenes of vampires.
Blade ever gets caught back up.
So far, Wesley Snipes is calling it with only being the only one. Let's see.
Bring him back.
just start already, Jesus. But because we're gonna need what is that? That de-agifying, thing. The only one that put me off, that got me scared for it, was Tron Legacy. Speaking of Tron that's coming out, Tron Ares or Ares or something like that.
Yeah.
When they did Justin Bridges, I was like, Jesus. I was like, what is this? Because I got excited about seeing that apparently they were going to de-age him and all that stuff. And it's gotten better. Thank God. It's gotten so much better. We got... is it Justin Bridges in... No. It's who's the one that plays Kurt Russell on Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So that one looked good. Tom Hanks one, I don't know. It was another movie that he played where he went back in time and stuff like that. But it was yeah, So we got de-agifying process. I think is gotten better definitely in the time span that it came out. But yeah, hopefully they don't use that for Blade. I hope not. So that's all my hopes is. But yes, guys. But that's all I got as far as on that series. I just want to say again, Daredevil Born Again, Netflix or Disney Plus at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Check it out. The finale will be this Tuesday. Stay ready. It's gonna be legit. We're gonna talk about it next. Oh, speaking of, all right, that's what we need to speak of. We'll get there. So the time changed a little bit. So yeah, check it out. But speaking of, we are usually film on Saturdays at 7 p.m. What we're gonna do, guys, for you, we do bounce around. So I do understand if our fans miss the episode or miss us on live, because we literally sometimes stream at 2:30 or 2 o'clock. We were streaming at 2 o'clock for a while.
Yeah.
Now we're at 7 p.m. We stream on Mondays when we miss on Saturdays. So what I'm going to do for you guys, or what we are going to do for you, we're going to make a little post, make sure that we will share it consistently throughout the month, updating currently, what's going on and what stream times they're going to be. So it'll be nice and fancy. We'll have the time, the date, and then if anything changes, we'll show on that updated one, showing that it's canceled and keeping you guys up to date. So we'll be ahead of it this time, instead of leaving it up to chance and the day of or the week. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We usually do that. Literally the day. We'll just say misschedule. And which it does. It ends up being misscheduling that we didn't see happen. Yeah. So we'll definitely do that. We're going to keep you tuned. So with that being said, we will be streaming, guys, on not this next coming Saturday, but it will be on the 26th. We will miss.
Yes.
So we will be on here
on the 19th.
We may not. I might be leaving.
Okay, so we'll discuss that some more.
So that's what I mean. So we will make sure that y'all are notified. We won't be on the 19th. We won't stream all the way until that following Monday, which is April the 28th. And then we have a special episode. So we'll probably continue with that Monday process and lifetime, and we'll have Nathan.
Into May.
It'll go into May, so it'll be the first. The 5th of May. But again, hey, yeah, I might have some tequila and margaritas up here.
Not on stream, though.
Was that?
Not on stream, though.
Off to the side. I gotta go. So
you come back with it in your hand.
Oh crap! But yeah, guys, definitely will have a good time. Again, for that fact, just like you saw now, we might miss next week, etc., etc. We want to make sure we have a schedule for you guys to see, easier for y'all to interact. And then again, with it being on 3 platforms, y'all have multiple ways of seeing it, if you do miss it.
Yeah.
So it'll be on YouTube Live, the channel, at The Real Hydeout. Make sure to follow. I should put that on the comment if you want to put the channel in the comment, maybe. And then
comment?
For the I guess you can put it on the Hydeout page, so they can follow the YouTube channel.
Okay.
And so put it on the comment there. And then we will do at The Real Hydeout on YouTube. Follow us on there and subscribe. And then on the Hydeout page, follow for a big thing that's about to go on at The Real Hydeout, as well on Twitch. So the culmination, let me see if I can put in some comments as well. I'm gonna make this blow up so people can see. I got a huge announcement going on. Let's do this.
Wait, maybe can I share? Yeah. And then we could copy link. I hope I'm doing this right, because I'm not sure. I never really share links. So
we're trying to get better, guys. We're trying to get better. I'm just gonna keep.
Oh wait, that's the live. Hold on, wait. Let me see. Sorry, guys. We're still, we're still kind of new to this a little bit, but yes, maybe so. I don't know.
All right, I shared a couple of comments just so it can populate there. If I get some people in here, let me know, both on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube Live. If you're in there, just give us a hi or a number, whatever. I'm about to make an announcement. Alrighty, guys. So the announcement we have going on, we are going to be streaming on that May. Again, we're going to have a special guest. So, with that being said, let me finish my last comment.
Okay, there we go.
All right. So if you're tuning in now on Facebook and on YouTube Live, etc., there is the link. You just click there is the link to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Subscribe. It will definitely help us out in the long run. Would greatly appreciate it. And then again, follow the page on the Hydeout. And then all those, badass followers on the Twitch, platform, the Real Hydeout. I appreciate y'all. So, all right. So the big announcement, guys, just something small. I'm super excited. I partnered with,
but something small.
Yeah, hey, big announcement, but something small. I'm super excited, guys. We're not in the merch realm yet. So we're not, giving out all kinds of craziness at the moment. Unfortunately, our hands are tied. We're trying to get the platforms up and running and all that good stuff. But I did get a special hat made again by a great group of people. Ronnie, my next door neighbor, he runs a business. I put it in the chat as well. Branded Texas Traditions. So if you want to go follow his page, it does beautiful work. So what I'm going to be giving away here is this hat. So to a subscriber, lucky subscriber and or follower, we're going to be doing this giveaway on May the 5th on that episode with Nathan. So we're going to try to, I don't know, maybe do like a spinning wheel or something, like a digital game. Maybe, I have no idea, but I want to make it like a subscribe-a-thon, so as long as you show that you're subscribing, maybe a comment on the page during the live, that way you can enter into this drawing. But again, by Branded Texas Traditions, my neighbor Ronnie had made this hat. I'm going to get up and show you in the camera real quick.
Really good work.
So it's really, really good. It is going to be a leather patch. It is branded on there. It is burned. It's a great condition hat. Again, I will, to whoever wins, will give you a chance to, choose your coloring. When you choose your coloring, I'll get him to get that made for you guys. So it is going to be a giveaway. So again, subscribed. To all our subscribers, I want to thank them some way or another, for being a part of this journey that we've been on for going on 2 years now.
2 years?
So coming up this year. So
quick.
Yeah, straight up. So it's been an awesome journey. I've loved it. Our growth is so cool to see. You can, again, at the Real Hydeout, tune into that comment. Go subscribe. Go check out the playlist from season 1 up to season 3. I'm catching up. I still need to put season 4 up there. But with just that being said, you can see our audio change, yes, our camera growth, our angle, our lighting. You know what I mean?
Background, like all kinds of stuff.
Literally, we had like a few things. We had some popcorn buckets. It was a thing. Like again, it's beautiful to see when you go back to look at these videos and stuff. But thank y'all guys. That's what the main purpose of the giveaway will be. Again, it is Branded Texas Traditions. Again, go follow them, guys. Beautiful family. The purpose is awesome. Apparently, I read on their page, they give 10% of their sales to people in need.
Oh, nice,
so
nice.
I think that is a beautiful thing. They are literally, great family, great people. Talk to the gentleman to find that out was even awesome. To know that 10% of their sales go to people in need. So again, Branded Texas Traditions. It's in the. Let's see.
Hey, we just checked it.
Oh, awesome! Awesome. Ronnie's really tuning in. Again, we're showing off your work, boss. Here it is. Thank you again. It is an awesome hat. I'm ready to represent it and give it out to the fans and followers that follow the page. Again, guys, wonderful made hat, really good quality. So I'm excited. It is going to happen on May 5th. Nathan's going to tune in onto the show. We're going to be talking Fate Zero that day and nothing but Fate Zero. So if anyone's a big Fate Zero fan, tune in. This guy's gonna give us the lore and probably more. So, I'm super excited over that episode. And then again, we'll be giving it away to all our subscribers, followers. We'll work out the kinks as far as how the giveaway will work. I'm trying again. There was a couple of ideas that were given to me, by Mike. Comments, comments on the live episode, maybe subscribers. I was thinking maybe showing that they, subscribe to the page somehow or another, so definitely tune on in, guys. Subscribe. I'll be posting the picture of the hat. Then that way, what you're, gonna win. Yeah. So, I'll be making sure I post it every week. Again, shout out to Ronnie and Branded Texas Traditions. I will be making sure that they are, credited for the wonderful, merchandise that we receive. Definitely. So, with that being said, that is all we got today, guys. I'm super stoked again to do this giveaway. Thanking you guys for the journey that y'all, been with us, and more to come. Again, we want to bring games and all kinds of stuff. We'll leave that to when we know for sure and closer, and more, more foundation to the idea, what I mean, instead of just shooting it out there. But that's it. Well, you got anything for them? Good, yeah. Alrighty, guys, I am gonna go ahead and cut us loose for the afternoon. It was nice, short, and sweet and to the point today. Again, Fate Zero is the series. We're watching Meshley. We're going to talk Code Geass. So again, on the anime spectrum, because we're now finishing up Daredevil, we are definitely hoping for a long hour Daredevil episode. Hopefully. And then we'll have a good episode to speak on. And then the culmination of that whole episode, the whole series, we'll go through it.
Fate Zero.
Yeah. No, I was saying Daredevil. On next episode, we'll talk all of that. And then the next episode after that will be all Fate Zero.
After that, we'll
see where we're at.
Code Geass, I think, and Meshley are the ideas. But we will decide, and I guess if we really wanted to, instead of having a double up, we could do.
And then Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts comes out, man.
So Thunderbolts is that week that we do the event. On May 5th.
Dude, that's crazy.
So it's gonna be a lot. It's a lot, guys. But follow us. Follow us here. Again, subscribe to the channel. It's we are passionate. We love it. We're again bringing you the news, the reviews, and everything that goes in between. But again, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a wonderful